From Cheng Yi to Zhao Lusi, traffic stars, please let the main drama go. What do you think? Can you imagine this image appearing in the footage of the hit TV series Hutong in 2022? When I didn't know it before, I thought it was a special effect picture of Wu Meo posted by a certain blogger. Not only that, but streetscapes, roofs, and trees are cheap imitations. Suddenly, the 3D fox with smoky makeup and Gujian Ki Tan appeared in my mind. The charming mermaid sitting gracefully on the bank and playing in the water in 12 Tan comes to mind. This kind of false real picture often appears in Ali, which makes the audience feel insulted, and there are many such plots. For example, although there are large snowflakes like goose feathers floating in the sky, there is no trace of snow on the actor's body. Lack of rigor, and lack of practical experience of life. For example, the hostess was washing clothes in a large basin, and it turned out that the stool she was sitting on was much higher than the laundry basin. Who would sit on such a tall stool while doing laundry? After washing the clothes, the waist is also exhausted. Also, the fact that the heroine incredibly keeps her clothes and body completely clean while making briquettes in the yard doesn't quite fit the situation. Costumes, props, and even special effects lack sufficient attention to detail. The clothes, bedding, and furniture in the play are brand new without a trace of old. The heroine is an orphan who has lived in poverty since she was a child, with a simple family and no relatives to take care of her. According to the story, the background is set in 1950, but her home is extremely tidy and the items used are brand new, which is somewhat unrealistic. Sadly, however, she came from a tragic birth background, but other than that, her life was not difficult. Her face was full of flesh, not at all like those wild children who lacked food and water. There is also a little beggar next to the hostess. They are all white and chubby. They are not at all like those orphans who plan to eat everywhere. In the play, Suo Yi is the only one who wears shabby clothes, because his role is set as a poor man with patches on his clothes. Still, even with this setting, the mended garment still shows no signs of wear, is neatly stitched and so clean that it looks as if it had been made with a sewing machine at first glance. It's a pity that the theme of Hutong was originally good, but Fu Huadeo's performance was not good enough, and he didn't create a sense of the times. The actors did not fully integrate into the roles, and lacked a sense of substitution. So it's a real shame that the movie didn't satisfy audiences. To learn the skills of subduing Tao, we also need to learn from the sideburns are not begonia red. Only in this way can we make truly exquisite costumes. Through this exquisite scene, the audience can feel that the era full of age has truly entered. The shooting of Hutong seems to be a hasty project, the special effects are not brilliant enough, the props are rough, and the old days cannot be truly reproduced, showing carelessness everywhere. The plot is astonishingly shocking. However, the looseness of the plot is more worrying. After watching the first 3 episodes of the Hutong, 2 events can be used to briefly summarize the plots of these 3 episodes. Kui's arrest was one of the first events. Kui is a notorious tyrant who brutally took the lives of many innocent people, including Tianzio's parents. With hatred in his heart, Tianzio held a robbery gun and used the cover of night to ambush Lord Kui to realize his wish for revenge. Kui originally thought that Tianzio would shoot him down in obscurity, but she was unexpectedly brave and unwise in a favorable position, shooting and shouting at the same time, for fear that the other party would not understand her actions. Until the last person stood up and fought against a large number of Kui's men. However, what is even more insulting to the audience is Kui's way. He is a notorious cold-blooded tyrant. When facing Tianzio, an enemy who wants to send him to a dead end, Kui did not shoot directly, but chose to shoot Tianzio. The other was taken home and buried in the backyard. It wasn't until later that I realized that the purpose of these plots was for the male lead's heroic saving grace. Just when Tianzio was about to be buried alive, the hero Taidan appeared with precision. He brutally beat Kui's subordinates, and then launched a fierce attack on Kui. Finally, as if carrying invincible power, he took the heroine. The heroine went through a series of operations, but successfully solved the problem unscathed, while the heroine acted like a hero to save the heroine. Is this a period drama or an idle drama? In order for the heroine to take revenge, the hero stepped forward to save the beauty. In the end, the 2 protagonists successfully resolved the problem and returned home peacefully. And in bed, they poured out their love affectionately. Bullies are defeated effortlessly and then punished with ease, as if it were all a joke. Second, we need to investigate Zhou Ping's identity. After Master Kui passed away, the plot took a new turn. The investigation of Zhou Ping's identity began. They sent people to follow Zhou Ping, who had a suspicious identity, but unexpectedly, the 3 old people placed the booth directly at the door of Zhou Ping's house, and kept staring at the door from morning till night. In order to investigate Zhou Ping's whereabouts during the day, the organization dispatched personnel pretending to be firefighters to conduct fire inspections one by one in the shops in the bustling area. The actual purpose was to investigate whether there were any abnormalities in the shops. After investigation, the investigators focused their attention on the ready-made clothing shop. They first conducted a routine inspection, and then decisively opened the wardrobe full of jeongseums, and even tapped the wardrobe with their hands to check whether there was a secret passage. While conducting the investigation, the investigators displayed rude behavior and a tough attitude, completely ignoring the boss's stop and showing no fear of possible alarm. Although he was an impartial investigator, he was wrongly portrayed as a bandit. What's even more ridiculous is that those years experienced investigative experts were at a loss for information that could not be tracked and investigated, but Tian Zhao easily solved it. Tian Zhao not only revealed Zhou Ping's true identity, but also investigated their course of action and successfully invaded the villain's lair. First of all, artificial means are used to lower the IQ of supporting roles, and then forcibly increase the role of the heroine, so that the original serious subject matter is filmed as absurd and ridiculous farce. At the beginning of the plot, the children cleverly used a sack to tightly cover the head of the main villain, which also included the scene of Tian Zhao grabbing the gun. Obviously he can tear off the sack with one hand, but he deliberately showed a clumsy look during the struggle, waiting to be kicked to the ground by the heroine, which really makes people feel a bit lowered in IQ. Lord Kui's home was broken into by Tai Dan, who was unarmed but armed with a gun. This kind of plot is both IQ-lowering and ridiculous. Surprisingly, though Kui was a bully, he didn't dare to do anything to Tidan and let him leave unscathed. In addition, when Tian Zhao and others saw the army entering the city, they made a lot of preparations, but in the end they only show the audience a short clip, and then the protagonists describe the scene verbally. You can choose to skip the grand scene, or replace it with an existing image, or use a cartoon to show it, or rely only on the protagonist's dictation to describe it. In this way, although the producer saves costs, the viewing experience is greatly reduced, almost deceiving the audience's eyes. Hutong is a contemporary divine drama, and this conclusion can be drawn no matter from the point of view of obedience or plot. It's a pity that despite having such a good subject matter, it was abandoned after only 3 episodes, which was really wasted. However, the Hutong has many other problems, and the acting skills of the actors in it also feel very bad. I don't know when the traffic stars are not limited to huo Xianxia dramas and idol dramas, but also integrated into the performances of real dramas. However, it turned out that no matter how he acted, he was not good enough, and was even easily surpassed by rival actors. For example, the newly promoted traffic Xia Cheng Yi played the role of a judge in the TV series Bottom Line. Cheng Yi's acting skills are not solid enough, so it is difficult for him to play such an important role. Compared with young actors Kai Wenjing and Wang Xiaxia, the gap in his performance is obvious. It is even more incomparable with the veteran actors Jin Dong, Wang Yan'an and Zhang Zijian. Cheng Yi's expression is always dull, his eyes are empty, and his body is stiff, like a machine reading manuscripts, lifeless. In addition, whether it is joy or sorrow, his way of speaking is soft and gentle, his mouth is slightly open, his tone is smooth and lacks enthusiasm, giving people an indifferent expression. Kai Wenjing's performance is full of relaxed charm. Compared with Wang Xiaxia, she shows a different agility. However, Cheng Yi's acting skills are not commendable. He did not perform the role well. This is really a waste of this role and lowers the overall level. Instead of seriously acting in Xianxia dramas, he turned to participate in real dramas, abandoning the filter, leaving only a dull face, which is actually not good for him. Drama isn't for everyone, even though it's a great way to present it. Zhao Lusi has a completely different style from Cheng Yi in terms of acting, but her mistakes are also obvious. She is not suitable for starring in dramas. Zhao Lusi is still full of vitality, showing a completely different temperament from Cheng Yi. This time, she once again showed her excellent Korean acting skills, which is fascinating. At one time, I thought it was a modern version of the classic movies Xing Han Brilliant, I Like You, and a female disciple came to the Imperial College, because they frowned and shouted loudly. Zhao Lusi's performance is mainly based on the image of a wild child. She is carefree and informal, and has always maintained a style of bluffing and laughing. However, such a single way of acting is a bit too deliberate. A naughty girl is played as a rebellious woman, who will fight without thinking, and will throw a temper if she fails to beg for food, giving people the impression of a gangster. While eagerly claiming to kill Kui, he also played the role of a gangster, causing this role to lose its stability. In addition to her unchanging acting style, Zhao Lusi also faces the problem of accent. Zhao Lusi, a Beijinger who grew up in a Hutong from Sichuan. Her first task is to master authentic Beijing dialect, but she doesn't have any Beijing accent. After checking the cast list, it can be seen that there are very few real local Beijingers in this show. Among the leading actors, only Hao Minghao was born in Beijing and has a Beijing accent. However, as an audience captivator, there is room for improvement in his acting. When Hutong was produced, it did not pay special attention to whether the audience could have a sense of substitution. Just like when Zhang Yimou wanted to choose the heroine of Jinling 13 Hairpins, he selected many girls from Nanjing to audition. In terms of casting, Hutong seems to be less thoughtful than Jinling 13 Hairpins. Observation found that the choice of actors was inappropriate, the acting skills could not meet the requirements, and even the background of the characters could be misremembered, which shows that they did not really understand the connotation of the script at all. Therefore, how can Hutong be recognized by the audience? Please let the traffic stars let go of the main drama, because the main drama needs to bear the weight of the role, and only actors with real cultural literacy can do it. There is not only Cheng Yi here, but also Zhao Lusi. What a pity, because this character and subject matter are so good. Singers and dancers should show their musical talents at the right time, while idol stars should focus on performing idol dramas, and real actors should devote themselves to performing real dramas. Only when everyone walks their own path can real healthy development be achieved. 02. Cheng Yi, the dazzling star on the stage. The actor Cheng Yi is a dazzling existence under the brilliant starlight. His footprints are all over the screen and the big screen, playing many popular roles. His unique charm and superb acting skills have become one of the reasons why he is widely loved by the audience. From an ordinary young man to a powerful actor today, Cheng Yi's growth path is full of courage and persistence. Cheng Yi, formerly known as Fu Shiki, was born in 1990. He is a powerful actor active in the film and television industry in mainland China and a talented young talent. His acting skills are deeply rooted in the hearts of the people, and the characters he created have their own characteristics, which left a deep impression on the audience. In 2012, Cheng Yi completed his big screen debut Crazy Love. This film is not about love in a horror movie, but about a thrilling story with love. After that, he also showed outstanding acting skills and professionalism in film and television work such as The Chronicles of King Gaian, Wrathful Sea Diving in the Sand and Kindling Sacred Tree. When creating characters, Cheng Yi can always rely on his deep understanding of the characters and super high professionalism to perform each role vividly. His role as Li Xiangai in the TV series Lotus House left a deep impression on the audience. This character has a complex inner world and rich emotional changes. Cheng Yi successfully interprets this layered character through superb acting skills. His image is calm, restrained and affectionate, showing the charm and demeanor of a mature man. Cheng Yi not only has outstanding performance in acting, he is also a very dedicated and hardworking actor. In order to better shape the characters, he often studies and thinks deeply. He is fluent in multiple dialects and can switch roles with ease. He has in-depth research and understanding of each character, paying attention to the details of the characters and the true inner feelings, which makes his performances more three-dimensional and vivid. Cheng Yi's success is inseparable from his persistence and hard work in acting. In his career, he has experienced countless hard work and constant self-challenge. He proved his strength and ability with practical actions. Every breakthrough and outstanding performance of him comes from his strict requirements on himself and his love for acting career. He constantly pursues excellence, constantly breaks through himself, and constantly challenges a higher level of acting skills, thus gaining a firm foothold in the entertainment circle. In addition to his achievements in performing arts, Cheng Yi also actively participates in public welfare and charity activities, pays attention to social issues, and uses his influence to speak out for disadvantaged groups. He actively participated in public welfare activities, donated books and educational supplies to children in impoverished mountainous areas, and helped them obtain better educational resources. He also shared positive energy and encouragement through his personal Weibo and official account, so that more people can feel his warmth and care. Cheng Yi's efforts and talents have been recognized and appreciated inside and outside the industry. With his outstanding acting skills, he has won many important awards and nominations, such as the nomination for Best Supporting Actor in the 25th Popular Film 100 Flowers Awards, and the Best Supporting Actor nomination in the 33rd China Film Golden Rooster Awards. His acting talents have been recognized by peers and audiences alike, and his roles have been noted for their depth and charisma. Cheng Yi is one of the powerful actors who have received much attention and love in the current Chinese film and television circle. His growth path is full of hardships and ups and downs, but he has always maintained his enthusiasm for acting and of his characters. With his solid acting skills and superb performance ability, he performed every role vividly, leaving a deep impression on the audience. Cheng Yi is not only an actor, but also a representative who conveys warmth and positive energy. He uses his talent and hard work to constantly challenge himself and pursue excellence. He will continue to bring more exciting and touching works to the audience, constantly surpassing himself and becoming a leader in the industry. Looking forward to seeing Cheng Yi go further and further on the road of acting in the future, and become a dazzling star in the film and television circle.